Hello and welcome to fDi in the Sky, our regular video series where we discuss the latest trends and stories in foreign investment. I'm Irwin-Hunt, fDi's Global Markets Editor.
I'm Seth, fDi's Global Investment Reporter.
And in today's video, we'll be discussing the unfolding crisis in Ukraine. Above all else, this is a humanitarian crisis. Over 2 million people have already fled the fighting in Ukraine in what the UN has termed the fastest growing refugee crisis in Europe since World War II. But beyond that, there are wider implications for trade, investment and security. Seth recently wrote a story for fDi Intelligence about the impact on the energy markets.
Yes, so I think the first thing to say is that Russia's invasion of Ukraine sent oil and gas prices through the roof, and they show little to no sign of coming back down to January levels. The other thing is that this has also spotlighted Europe's reliance on gas and therefore its energy security. The theme of energy security in Europe. We've seen many different ministers of energy and policymakers scramble to say we're going to reduce our dependency on Russian gas. We've had a commitment by Germany to build LNG terminals, to welcome LNG to Germany, therefore to curtail the gas coming in from Russia. The IEA has issued a 10-point plan to reduce Europe's reliance on Russian gas, and the EU, as we're recording this, is set to unveil an updated energy strategy exactly to this effect.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we've also seen the suspension of the Nord Stream 2 pipeline that was due to go from Russia to Germany.
Yes. And this raises other questions about Europe's bid for the clean transition and for self-sufficiency, by the means of clean energy. For the moment, the dependency on Russian gas doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere, for the short to mid-term. As one analyst I spoke to said, this is a long-term solution. The bid to go clean, or the bid to ramp up wind and solar, is a bid that is a long-term solution to an immediate problem.
Yeah. We've also seen, of course, in the energy sector is where companies have reacted very quickly to the invasion, decrying the invasion by Russia into Ukraine. And of course, they're now trying to divest from their interests in Russia, seeing its reputational risk and also, taking a side in this ongoing conflict. And we've got big names like BP, notably one of the first to announce its intention to exit its Russian interest, has an almost 20% stake in Russia's biggest oil producer, Rosneft. And there's a host of others. We've got ExxonMobil, Shell, Equinor, all intending to exit the Russian market. Not to mention, of course, consumer-facing companies that have also said they will exit the Russian market. You've got automakers that have production sites in Russia and said they're going to stall production, stop selling into the market. We've got Apple, Microsoft, and Netflix is going to suspend subscriptions. So we've had a whole suite of Western companies that have decried the invasion and announced their intention to exit Russia.
And in some sense, it's the energy companies that were first out, and now we're just seeing more and more companies announcing their intentions to leave. But a vital question remains, which is that what are their hurdles? What are the challenges in leaving or divesting your assets from a country or market like Russia?
Well, quite simply, it's not going to be easy. You've got sweeping Western sanctions imposed by the EU, UK, US and Canadian governments upon Russia. You've seen banks removed from the international messaging system, which makes it very difficult to process payments. You've had the Moscow Stock Exchange, which has been closed since February 25th. So it's not going to be easy purely from the sanctions, nor also the ability of investors to divest. Of course, also Moscow has imposed capital controls to stop the bleeding of investment, if you like, from Russia.
And one other angle on fDi, which our editor Jacopo Toni wrote about this week, is that IPAs, investment promotion agencies in neighbouring countries around Russia, such as Georgia and Poland, and also in the Baltics, have moved to offer support, both humanitarian support and business support to Ukrainians fleeing the country. So this is another continuing trend that we're seeing.
And of course, companies have also moved to evacuate both their expatriate and local national staff out of Ukraine to help them flee from the fighting.
Yeah, so this is an evolving and very dynamic situation. You can find all our coverage on fdiintelligence.com. See you soon.